What if I told you there were thousands, if not millions, of people from another dimension living among us? What if I told you that all these people are fucking idiots? I found this movie called The Mandela Effect. I heard about it, I think, sometime last year when I saw the trailer and I thought, this looks interesting, but I didn't think the movie was real. It's real. I heard about the Mandela Effect probably sometime in 2015. I'm pretty sure it was pre-Suicide Squad. That's how I like to date things. Pre-Suicide Squad and after Suicide Squad. PSS and ass. A lot of people were surprised to find out that Nelson Mandela died in 2013 because they thought he died years earlier in prison. And aiding these people into believing they're from another universe is from this clip of George Bush.
Well, Mandela's dead.
It's just so many facts that people refuse to believe that they are misremembering something to the point where their arrogance is making them believe they are from another universe. So using this incredibly stupid movie, The Mandela Effect, I will be deconstructing the actual Mandela Effect. This movie thinks it's really fucking smart, just judging by its opening title.
How many trials will it take for this rat to run this maze without making any mistakes? Researchers use maze studies to help identify general principles about learning and memory. And what they learn can be applied to other species. I design games. Without our memory, we'd get nowhere.
They got like all of these people on YouTube ranting about stuff.
Now they're saying
Someone, often many people, having a clear memory of something that actually did not happen.
This guy says, there's Jiffy peanut butter. What do you mean there's no Jiffy peanut butter?
Jif? Peanut butter? Jiffy! Jiffy! Everyone knows it's Jiffy
How
peanut
would you
butter.
feel?
Everyone knows there's Jiffy peanut butter. And I was thinking, well, there's two incredibly similar names to that of peanut butter brands. There's Skippy and Jif, not Jiffy. Because your brain simplifies the idea of there being multiple peanut butter brands and just merges them together. That's something I learned in basic high school psychology. There's Jiffy popcorn, so there is a Jiffy brand of food, but there's no Jiffy peanut butter. But these people really think they're from another dimension. Then there's the one of people saying that Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father." No, he doesn't.
No, I am your father.
It wouldn't make sense for in that scene to say, "Luke, I am your father." Here's how that would play out.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.
That just doesn't feel right. Like, who talks like that? I mean, George Lucas never was the best at writing dialogue.
I don't like sand.
Then there's the one of people thinking that JFK's car only had 4 people in it. Well, obviously you're not gonna remember that there were 6 people in the car, because who the fuck cares about the other 4 people except for JFK and his wife? If you were to think, okay, who was in the car with JFK when he got shot? You're gonna say, his wife, Jackie Kennedy. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, who else? No one else cares about the Texas governor who was in the car with him, because the Texas governor didn't die. And this movie keeps thinking it's getting smarter when really it just keeps getting dumber. There's a line where the main character says something about, "I'm not talking about memory, I'm talking about reality."
Our brains aren't like Dropbox where you can keep everything uncorrupted. Stuff gets scrambled.
Matt, I don't deny that any of that is true, but I'm not talking about memory, okay? I'm talking about reality.
No, you're basing your reality entirely off your memory.
You dipshit.
How do you explain to people that do have those memories? Like thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people. How?
Why are there thousands of other people who believe the same thing? Because you're all feeding each other. It's just mindless bullshit that you're too arrogant to admit that you're wrong. Here's a few.
The Great Tartaria. It existed in the Middle Ages to the mid-1800s, a massive country. Apparently think that it just exists, that it just disappeared. I never learned about Tartary in history.
Check this out. This is a globe from a few years ago. It's shot in a video. If you take a freeze frame, you can see that there's insignificant space between Australia and this landmass right here. Check out the difference. Very close to each other. Now compare this. Huge difference. Mandela Effect.
These fucking theorists will come up to people and be like, what does a Monopoly Man wear on his face?
Can you picture the Monopoly Man? What's on his face?
And so you're gonna be thinking, okay, well, what are the obvious things that could be worn on his face? He's an old man in a suit, so maybe a
monocle.
But I forgive you for thinking that, because you know who looks a lot like the Monopoly Man? Mr. Peanut. In theory, it would make sense for Mr. Monopoly to be wearing a monocle. But that doesn't mean that you're from another dimension if you thought he did. It's not even stupidity. It's arrogance. No one is saying that Japan won World War II. It's these tiny fucking things about what the Monopoly Man wears on his face and fucking peanut butter brands.
Peanut butter brands!
Like, some of the support they use in this fucking movie is like, I thought it was Flintstones, not Flintstones.
In one reality, the old cartoon is the Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones, but that in this reality, it's Flint with a T.
Why the fuck would it make sense for it to be Flintstones? You know, Flint? Like the stuff that cavemen would have used to create fire? It's in fucking Minecraft. This idiot on YouTube will say, I learned that there were 52 states in this country. Now there's only 50? What happened?
The United States, I remember learning 52 states, and it never had 52 states. I remember learning like Hawaii was the 51st state, and Alaska like 51 and 52.
I mean, it's an old meme online at this point where it's like, if Puerto Rico were to become a state, where would the extra star go? Because we can't imagine having 51 stars after having 50 for so long, because that would just fuck up our whole shit. But you're saying that not only is there 51 stars on our flag, there's 52? Another plot point of this stupid movie is that Curious George suddenly doesn't have a tail anymore.
Does this look different to you? Where's his tail?
Curious George never had a tail, dumbass. Like, are these same people watching the fucking new Planet of the Apes movies with Caesar and being like,
Where's Caesar's tail?
not all monkeys have tails? I found a reason why Curious George doesn't have a tail. You want to know what that is? It's because the type of monkey that he's based off of doesn't have a tail. And what makes it worse is that this movie keeps using things like YouTube and Reddit as if they're actual sources.
Look, on Reddit.
Legit source.
And then they address that by saying, you know, those aren't real actual sources, trying to make it look like this movie's smart and knows what it's saying, but it just makes the movie look dumber. And it's just small little bullshit information. Everything that the Mandela Effect affects is irrelevant things to everyone's life. In this movie, it's like the guy's kid comes back to life. No one is saying the Mandela Effect brought their loved ones back to life. They're saying that they don't remember peanut butter brands the way they should. Or these people will be talking about a movie called Shazam that stars Sinbad from 1994. No, a very similar movie that kind of sounds like that came out that same year called Kazam. You know why it can't be called Shazam? It's because there is a licensed property called Shazam. But these people are saying that they think it's Sinbad and not Shaq because they're both black. These people aren't just stupid and arrogant, they're also a little bit racist. This anger inside of me has been building for a few years. As a child of the internet, stupid people online are nothing new. But it's the sheer arrogance of these people, where we have unlimited information literally at our fingertips. And they refuse to believe that they could be wrong in any way, and just say they're from an alternate reality.
Can you picture the Monopoly Man? What's on his face?
Monocle.
No.